Welcome everyone to the MAAC Postgame press conference. We will start off with Iona. Coach will make an opening statement and then take questions.
Well, as you know, it's been a challenging year for us with over 60 days missed of practice. And I expected jitters in the first half because it's been so long since we've played a game. And we played a very poor first half offensively, but we still played very good defense. We still rebounded the ball well. I had our two centers and our three-man had, 9 rebounds, 10 rebounds, and 11 rebounds. So we were very active on the glass. We played terrific defense. And the message at halftime was, look, it's all about defense. It's not offense. Coming out of COVID, the offense will come. Just play the defense that's going to help us win the game, and they did.
All right. Thank you, Coach. We'll start off with Ken Kreitzer.
And Coach, congratulations. The pace of the game really picked up in the second half, and Dwayne Carruthers got you 6 quick points. What was that impact on the second half?
Well, we didn't have an assist in the first half, which is the first time I think I've ever seen that as a coach. We had the jitters. There's no question about it. We had the jitters. They were playing good defense, but I didn't care about that. I just wanted our guys to play better defense. Obviously, against Monmouth, a team that wants to run up and down with you, we score more points. But a team like Siena or this team tonight is going to be a different situation. This is one of the better defensive teams, top 5 in the nation on field goal defense. But in the second half, I believe we shot like 57%.
And Coach, it was a technical foul early in the second half. Right after that, Isaiah Ross made the free throws and got another quick 2 right after that. It seemed like you were in control after that point.
Well, I think our guys settled down and really did a lot of good things defensively, rebounded the ball well, attacked the basket when we had to. We just played a terrific second half at both ends of the floor, but the way we rebounded the basketball was outstanding. It was anytime you get your small forward with 11, your 2 centers with 19, and both 2 young players, 1 sophomore, 1 freshman.
All right, thank you. We're going to go to Eugene next.
Hey, Rick, you talked about the defense, but what was the biggest adjustment to allow you guys to get going offensively in the second half and put up 47 points?
Well, if you play great defense, you're going to get out on the break. And they were doing a good job of shutting down Isaiah Ross and Asante Gist. And we started using the other players, making good plays that turned into easy baskets defensively to offense. And the more we share the ball with each other, the better offensive basketball team. And what will happen is both Asante and Isaiah in the end will score more points. But they're marked targets. Isaiah Ross is as good a scorer as there is in the country. And he's a marked man when he goes out there. So he realizes he's got to move without the basketball.
And last time out, Quinnipiac had beaten you guys. What did you take away from that loss that allowed you guys to, have the result you did today? Well,
we went up 5 in the second half. They made a few threes. We wanted to take away this. This is a team that shoots the most threes. This is a team that can get really hot from the 3-point line. If they don't get a 3, they drive to the basket and they paint touch. So it's a very solid system. He's an outstanding coach, Baker Dunleavy. And we took it away as a loss. We've got great respect for everybody we play. They outplayed us in the final 2 or 3 minutes. But when you look at the game that we lost statistically, it was equal almost in every area except one. We shot, I believe, 10, 11 free throws, and they shot 26. So we didn't want to foul tonight. And we did foul a little bit tonight, but they didn't make their free throws. They were 9 for 20.
Thanks, Rick.
All right, we're going to Matt next.
Hey, Coach, Matt Reebok, NJ Hoopers. Congrats on the win and good luck in the next round.
Thank you.
Just talk about the performance of senior guard Asante Gist tonight and what he can do in the games going forward to help your team compete in this tournament.
Well, the thing about Asante is he's improved in the last week, and that may, for an older person, that may sound funny to you, but understand he's not only missed 60 days from COVID, but he missed another 40 days from a broken hand and back. So Asante's probably practiced maybe 15, 20% of the time. So he's just coming around right now. And we hope we have a long run. So, because he's a terrific basketball player.
All right. Thank you, Matt. We'll go to John.
Can you hear me?
Hey, you're fine.
Excellent. Congrats on the win, of course. You mentioned the team's jitters earlier. I was wondering, I believe the last time you won a conference tourney game was back in the 2014 American Championship game when your leading scorer was Montrezl Harrell. So is it just like riding a bike, or did you have any jitters for the first trying to win the first conference tourney game in 7 years for you?
Well, my favorite was winning the last game ever played in the Big East, the real Big East. We won back-to-back championships. Peyton Siva was the only player outside of Patrick Ewing to win back-to-back MVPs. So I was really jacked up because Madison Square Garden, I grew up 7 blocks from the Garden. I was an ex-Knick coach, so that was really, really special. Did I have jitters? Yeah, probably a little bit in the first half when I saw we didn't have an assist. I had a lot of jitters.
All right. Thank you. We're going to go to Marks and Glaze.
Rick, any early thoughts on Siena, the top seed, and what challenges they may present tomorrow?
Well, the one thing about our ball club, we only have 3 or 4 returning players. We had to bring in 12, 13 new players. So Siena's are very experienced. They all know their system. We're still learning our system, and we know we're going to have to play a great game to beat them. But we've focused right now on this team, and tonight when we get back, and tomorrow we'll focus on Siena.
By the way, if the tournament had been seeded differently, you and Siena might not have seen each other till the championship game, Rick. What are your feelings on the way they decided to seed it and the fact that you two are playing each other in the quarterfinals?
Look, it's the rules that were set in the beginning of the year. We got unlucky with COVID, so you can't change the rules, even though we would have been percentage-wise in second place. You can't change the rules. And look, Siena has lost this year. We've lost. I think the one thing I really enjoy about the MAAC is you take Ryder, who was in last place, they beat Canisius. All these teams are the same. Now, Canisius may be a little bigger, deeper, stronger in certain areas, but all these teams are the same. They're all really, really well coached. And I'm not being patronizing when I say this. I've been very blessed in my life to coach against the likes of Frank McGuire in his last game, Dean Smith, Bobby Knight, Krzyzewski, Roy Williams, all Jim Bayham, all the great ones. They're coaches in this league. I put them as good as anybody I've coached against. And the reason being, they don't have erases. By that, I mean, if you drive to the basket and you take your eyes off somebody, you can't erase the mistake by throwing it up somebody dunked the basketball. You don't have defensive erases all the time. So these mistakes can't be erased. You have to be fundamentally sound. And these guys are very creative, outstanding coaches, all of them. I'm so impressed with them as coaches. And it's a privilege to be in this league.
All right, Jim.
Hi, Coach. It's Jim Misano. I thought that Osborne Shima gave you a nice lift in the first half when Nelly got into foul problems. I think he had 5 points and 6 rebounds.
You're 100% right. He had 10 rebounds for the game, and he was big. The thing that I'm so encouraged about this team is that Osborne came in at 7 foot, 175 pounds, and now he's 210. He will get to 235, at least 230 by next year. Nelly's just a freshman. He's going to grow and get better at all phases of the game. So we got 2 really, really terrific players there. Now we just have to replace one of the top scorers in the country in Isaiah Ross, and that's not going to be easy.
Right. Just one other thing, Coach. In the first half, obviously, Quinnipiac focused on shutting down Isaiah Ross. Did you have to make some adjustments at halftime to get him some more looks at the basket?
He's just got to move without the basketball. He's a highly, highly intelligent young man, highly competitive. He's not a spring chicken. By that, I mean, he's not an immature young man. He's of the age right now where he's a mature adult. He knows what he has to do. He knows when he takes a bad shot. I really don't have to get on him that much about basketball because he knows the game very well.
All right, last question from Guy.
Yeah, Coach, I just wanted to ask, you were able to use a lot of players tonight, spread out the minutes quite a bit. Obviously, that's a helpful thing for tomorrow. Do you expect to press a bit more tomorrow, do you think?
Well, look, we're not in great shape. We've only practiced 5 or 6 days. And although we did have a few doubles, I didn't want to kill their legs. you know, Dylan Van Eck is somebody that's, he's a war veteran. He's wounded every day. So it's, we got to protect him a little bit because he's such a good basketball player. Expect to press. I don't know. We'll probably play mostly zone tomorrow.
All right, thank you very much, Coach. We'll now bring up the players from Iona.
Thank you.
Are we together?
Yes, sir, guys.
Okay. Got my man Berrick in here with me. Come on, B. First time, first time.
All right, we'll now take players for the questions for the players. All right, we'll start off with Ken.
Yes, just wanted to ask, really getting a hot shooting hand in the first half, you got out to lead, and then being able to come out in the second half. How important was that to be able to come out strong in the second half and hold on to the lead?
Defense. We had to come out, stop the three, stop the paint, and that was the game plan. So we managed to do that in the first half and second half. So that's how we did that.
And just ask about such a strong rebounding game. You had 50 rebounds, 50 to 33. Dylan had 10 of those. Just also, and Berrick, you had 11. Just tell us a little bit about the importance of the rebounding tonight.
You know, it was an emphasis. It was definitely a game plan to crash the glass. You know, we got a lot of big, strong guys. You know, Berrick can jump real high. We got a 7-footer. We got a 6'10" guy. You know, we have a lot of bigs. So it was definitely an emphasis and a game plan.
All right, Eugene.
Hey, Berrick, what do you have to say about the attention to detail on the defensive end? What was the message at halftime?
I came out a little gassed. It's been a while since we played a game, so I was kind of winded a little bit, but I feel better now. But just get the jitters out and just be ready to play and just do what I do normal. Just try to lock up and help out my teammates as well.
And Isaiah, what would you say was like the biggest adjustment or change at half that allowed you guys to have a much better offensive performance in the second half?
You know, offensive movement. You know, in the first half we got stagnant a lot. They downed us on a lot of screens. We didn't move. The bigs couldn't really get in the groove because, you know, the offense was stagnant. We weren't throwing the ball inside. So really the game plan at halftime was to keep moving, throw the ball inside, get movement off of our post catches, and that was really it.
And Isaiah, what do you have to say about your team's balanced effort today? 6 different guys scoring at least 7 points.
You know, I feel like we're the most balanced team in the league. You know, we have a lot of guys that can score, you know, and get out in transition. That's really what we want to do.
All right, we're going to Matt next.
Hey, Isaiah, Matt Reebok, and Jay Hoopers. Congrats on the win. Just talk about your backcourt partner, Asante Guest's performance tonight, and how does playing with the guy like Guest up top help elevate your game?
Oh, he definitely elevates my game a lot. You know, he's mature and experienced just as much as I am. So it was good. You know, it's good to play with him this year because, you know, we've actually been playing together for 3 years. My redshirt year, he was at Iona, so we were still playing and building chemistry 3 years ago. And now today, it's, you know, it's coming together. So I really like playing with Asante. You know, we both say we're the best backcourt in the nation. So, you know, I love playing with him.
All right, we're going to go to Mark Singlace next.
Hey, Isaiah. Hey, I want to ask you about your thoughts on Siena. I mean, they swept you last year. Clearly, you're a much different team. Didn't get to play them during the regular season. What's it going to take to knock them off as the #1 seed tomorrow?
You know, we're looking forward to the game. Can't wait to play them.
All right, and then we'll go to John Teetle.
Hi, congrats on the win. Question for Isaiah. I believe you've had 4 turnovers in each of the past 3 games, but you've also made every single free throw and you've won all 3 of them. So my question is, does Coach get on your case about the turnovers, or does he not care as long as you guys win the game?
Oh man, Coach gets on me about, you know, all the mistakes I make. You know, he wants me to learn as much as possible. So, you know, he definitely gets on me about my mistakes. 4 turnovers is a lot. You know, I definitely don't try to turn the ball over, But, I'm also trying to be aggressive and, the defense keys on me. So it's kind of difficult sometimes.
All right, last question from Guy.
Yeah, I just want to ask both of you, how are you feeling right now? How are your legs? I mean, you guys have just been off yet another pause, and here you are again, and now you got to play tomorrow. How are you guys feeling?
What's up, Guy?
Guy block.
We're actually really excited. I feel fresh. My legs aren't tired at all. I could go right now again. So
Yeah, same. I feel good. We just want to come out and win this thing, win the whole thing. I feel like quarantine kind of been pushing us back, holding us down. So we're ready and we're excited.
honestly, I feel like quarantine actually saved us. We got fresh legs. 4 games doesn't hurt us.
Thank you so much, players. We're going to bring in Quinnipiac next.